In this video, I'm going to show you the exact way I create a clean ebook inside the Designrr fast. No theory, no fluff, we're just building one from start to finish. We'll take a simple document, import it into Designrr, pick a template, do a quick quality check, and then finish it off in the Designrr editor. And while we are in the editor, I'll show you a few really useful design and formatting tips that can save you hours of time. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Before we get into creating ebook, let's quickly cover the pricing because this is where people get confused. Designrr has monthly plans on their website. These two plans, Standard and Pro, is probably what you need to pay attention to. And with these plans, you pay monthly. If you prefer one-time access, there's another option. That's the Standard plan, which is one-time $27 payment, and you get lifetime access. You pay once and you keep it forever. That's the plan I'm using right now. And for most people, Standard is enough if you're making PDF ebooks or simple digital products. Now here's the important part. After you grab this $27 deal, Designrr will offer one-time upgrade to Pro plan for $97. If you only need clean PDF ebooks, Standard is fine. If you need Kindle EPUB exports, more templates or more AI features, that's when the Pro plan makes sense. And I'll do this through the video. I'll label Pro only features on screen so you know exactly what you're getting with each plan. And if you want the same one-time deal plan I'm using here, it's linked in the description so you can check it out. Now, before we dive into every stage of ebook creation process, let me quickly show you the workflow of how it looks to create your ebook with Designrr. Again, this is just a quick demonstration for you to get an idea, and I'll explain each step later in the video. First, from the dashboard, we hit Create. We pick an output format. For most people, it's PDF. Now we can choose where our content is coming from. We have several options. Once our content is inside, we do quick fixes and make sure the content is clean. We also add images. After that, we choose and apply the template. Once the template is applied, we preview how everything looks, and if we need any changes, we do them inside the design editor. That's how easy you can create an ebook. However, to make it really good, there is still some work required, and it's not just 1 minute work, okay? If you're not on a Pro plan, you will need to create a table of contents with chapter pages, adjust the layout, insert the images, and make everything visually appealing and aligned. If you don't want to go through this, there is another shortcut that you may want to consider, and that's done for you PLR ebooks. These are already created ebooks that you can edit and use like yours, and there are two good places where you can get such ebooks from. Let me quickly show you. First one is Entrepedia. They have plenty of high quality done for you ebooks on topics like business, marketing, personal development, AI, productivity, and others. Their ebooks are professionally written, well formatted, have nice layouts, enhanced with infographics. You can easily change the ebook cover, you can change the text, put your logo, and resell. And the best part, with my link in the description, you can create a free account and download one ebook like that for free. Another place I recommend for done for you ebooks is PLR.me. These guys offer hundreds if not thousands of them, but they focus more on topics like confidence, self-esteem, relationships, and personal growth. Also high quality, well formatted, fully brandable. You can make it your own. So if you don't want to create anything from scratch, you may want to explore these options. Alright, now getting back to the Designrr tutorial, I assume you guys already have your ebook content ready, and if you don't, there are two efficient ways how you can write it. First, you can write it with ChatGPT. I made a separate video on how to do that. I'll link that below. That video also includes all the prompts you need. And the second way to get ebook content is to use built-in Designrr AI tool called WordGenie. It's available on all plans and it's very easy to use. Let me show you a quick flow. First, you provide your book topic, then you choose your sub-niche, you provide your target audience, you select your title, you choose your tone of voice, then it will generate you the outline with chapters. You can modify that, and once you're happy, it will write you a book. I personally like to use ChatGPT for this, just because with the right prompts, it allows me to have more control over the content, and I can make it more dynamic than it looks here. But in this video, we are importing written ebook from a document, and before we import anything, let me show you my Google Doc. And this part is important because it saves you a bunch of time later. The main idea is simple. Once you import this into Designrr, it gets turned into a clean, continuous one-column flow. So if your document is messy, your ebook inside the Designrr will be messy too, and you'll spend time fixing stuff for no reason. So here's what I recommend. Number one, make sure your chapter headings are formatted as H2. So once I click that, I can see that this is H2 element. So make sure to format all of your chapter titles like this. Number 2, keep everything as normal text, one column, normal paragraphs, no tables, no weird formatting. Everything should be clean and simple. And number 3, clean spacing, no random tabs, no multiple spaces, just normal paragraph breaks. And lastly, you don't need page breaks or any fancy book formatting in Google Docs. Don't try to design it here, just let it flow and Designrr will handle the layout after import. And quick note on images, if you don't have images ready in your doc, that's fine. It's often easier to import images from the Designrr as it connects with Unsplash, royalty-free image library. So we do that from there. And yeah, once your doc clean, we can import it into the Designrr. Alright, now we are back in Designrr. First from the dashboard, we click on create and select ebook. Now it asks us for output format. We are keeping this simple. I'm just selecting PDF. That's the standard plan path, and it's what most people need for lead magnets, freebies, or digital products. And if you want Kindle EPUB exports for Amazon KDP, that requires Pro version, so keep that in mind. Next we have the baseline, which is just where your content comes from. You can upload the file, use the content from existing documents, use WordGenie to generate that. I've just covered how to do that. You can also start writing from scratch or start from a template. We choose upload file. If you're working on Word document, you can upload that. You can also import it from a blog post. That's available on the standard plan. But if you want to import from YouTube, podcast, PDF, or video, that will require you to upgrade your plan. As you probably know, I'm going with Google Docs. Here I need to provide my link to my document. So I jump back to my Google Doc. On the top right corner, I click on share. Change the general access from restricted to anyone with the link. Otherwise, Designrr can't pull it in. I'll copy my link and paste it back in the Designrr. It's got my file now, and we click on let's start. Okay guys, now we are in the content editor. This is not where you write your book, it's just a quick check so you don't end up fixing random stuff once you get into design editor. Here you can proofread your content, rewrite or add new paragraphs. Designrr actually has some handy AI tools for that here as well. And here you can generally check if the import went well. Most of the time everything is fine, but I still like to check for several things. I check my chapter titles quickly just to make sure they are still showing up as H2s, just like we formatted this in the Google Doc. So that's fine. And I look for obvious word gaps or random line breaks. If I see anything off, I quickly fix that. Now, if you didn't have any images in your original document, this is a good place to add them, or you can do that later in the design editor. It's totally up to you. I'm just gonna do it here and add one image for each chapter. So what I do, I press enter to make an empty line where I want to have my image added. I click this little plus icon, go to image. You can upload your own images or browse the Unsplash image collection gallery. I choose the image I like and it's already inserted. And because Designrr connects with Unsplash image collection, it's just easier and faster to add them this way. You can search, find the image you like, drop it, and move on. Alright, once this ebook looks clean enough, we go to the template stage by clicking choose a template. Okay, now we are at the template step, and real quick, templates are split into two main groups. First, you've got Pro templates up here. These are only available with the Pro plan. The main idea is that they are more auto-styled. Often they come in multi-columns. They come with table of content pages, chapter pages, and other dynamic elements. These kind of templates often require less manual work. And down here you have the standard templates. These are included on $27 plan. They are more simple, more flexible, and easier to edit without the template trying to do too much. So the simple difference is Pro templates more automatic design and standard templates more simple and easy to control. Now, which one you should pick? It really depends on your style and topic. Here at the top you can use these filters to narrow down it by theme or type. Before you commit to a template, you can easily preview it. Just click this little eye icon and you can preview a few pages or even preview it in web or PDF. I'm going to go with this template right here. Once you find your template, just click use the template and we move on. Okay, this is a preview step. This is where you can click through any page and see how your ebook looks on this particular template. The main point here is simple. Do you like the overall style on this template? If you don't, no problem. Just go back and pick a different one. And if you do, that's perfect. You're going to proceed with this one. I'm happy with that. So we click on edit the design and that brings us to the design editor. Here we are, design editor, and in this part we'll do 3 things. Number 1, we fix the cover. Number 2, we add table of contents, and number 3, I'll show you the fastest way to change the fonts and spacing across the whole ebook without doing it page by page. And if you want full design editor tutorial, I've made one and I'll link it below in the description. Alright, let's start with our cover. So you can see Designrr has generated us extra title and turned my original title into subtitle. I kinda like it this way, so I'll keep it. But if you don't, it's simple. You can click on any of the text blocks and type whatever you want. That applies for your author name, title, subtitle, and the rest of your text content. If you already have an ebook cover from somewhere else, you can replace it completely. For that, we go to the top left. We click on this little image icon, and from this image tab on the left, you can upload your own image. Or if you just want to change the background image of your cover, you can go over to suggested images and choose something that you think fits better. I'm gonna go for this one, and my cover background image is changed. Now, just so we know, if we scroll to the bottom of our ebook, Designrr also generates book back cover pages, so you can edit that too. But let's go back to the top again. Now, if you're using standard templates, you probably won't see table of contents generated. For a PDF ebook, table of contents makes it look more professional and easier to navigate. So if you don't have it, that's no problem, we can quickly create it. Here at the top right of this particular page, we click on this little plus icon. This will create a page above, and you can either create a table of contents page or a regular page. I'll just do the regular. Now go to the elements on the left. We grab the table of contents element and drag it onto the page. Now it asks us which style we want to choose. If you want subheadings included, you can choose this Vert Deeper option, but I will keep it simple. Just do the one with the clean chapters. Here it is. And yes, this table is clickable, so when people click any of these chapters, it automatically jumps to the appropriate page. Now let me show you the most important skill in this editor, which is global editing, because you don't want to spend time styling things one by one. Now watch this. If I click on any of these POC links, and I turn on make changes to all elements. Now if I change font style or color or font size once, it will update all links at the same time. So let's say I want to have a dark color, I pick it from here, and I want to change the font from this one to something like Didact Gothic. If you want to change table of contents background color, you click on the row, again switch on to make changes to all elements, and for the background color, let's say I want to do light yellow. Here it is. So here's how you can easily style your table of contents. And this same global editing works across the entire ebook. For example, if you don't like your chapter title style, you can click on it, turn on make changes to all elements, and let's say I want to go from this font to something like Playfair Display. And now we can see that all of our chapter titles are updated. Same idea goes for the images. Let's say you're not happy with the space between your image and your next paragraph. You want to have some breathing space, a little padding here. So what you do, you click on the image, again switch on make changes to all elements, you go to spacing, and we can add little padding at the bottom of our image. So let's do 20 pixels. Now we can see we have more space here, and we can also see this setting was applied across the rest of our images. So this one has spacing and this one has spacing too. Now, one optional thing some people like is they like their chapters to start on a new page. You can do that easily by adding page breaks. So if we go to elements, we find page break and we drag and drop it right before a new chapter. That forces our new chapter to start on a new page. And if you see this empty blank space, easiest way to fix that is to click on the block that goes just before this blank space, and we click on this little circle icon, which means repaginate. So it's going to drag all the rest of the content back. That's it. That's how you can fix that easily. Okay, there's a lot more things you can do inside this editor. You can add more elements like page numbers, embed videos, do call to action blocks. You can also insert new text, headings, paragraphs, lists, links, and so on. You can add or replace images. You can add artwork and shapes, create new layout options, or switch to a completely different template. But this here, what I showed you, is the core stuff that makes your ebook look clean fast. And if you want more information on how to use this editor to polish your books, I made a separate video on that. You can check it out in the description. Now I'm going to take a couple of minutes of recording to polish the rest of my book, and once done we will export it. Okay, so I took a minute to polish my ebook. I changed the colors, changed the styling a little bit, and forced new chapters to start on a new page. That's what I've done. And once we're ready to export our ebook, we head over to publish at the left corner at the bottom. And because we're on the standard plan, we can only export it in PDF or flipbook. And Pro version gives you more export formats like EPUB for Kindle, regular EPUB, and Livebook. And these two options, audiobook and HTML, they require a premium version. Okay, so for this video, we're doing PDF. We click on export. It's gonna take a minute. And here it is. We can download our PDF file as well as preview our ebook on Flipbook. So let's go and download PDF. So here's our ebook in PDF. Right away, we can test our table of contents. So if we click on any of these sections here, we'll be directed to the right chapter. So that's working. That's all good. And right in this stage, you want to make some final preview insights to make sure your ebook is ready to go. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Here's how easy you can create ebook with a Designrr. You bring your content in, you pick a template, you do a quick cleanup, and you export a clean PDF. And this is why Designrr is useful. It saves you from formatting everything manually and gives you a fast way to make the ebook look professional without spending hours in Canva or Word. If you want the same one-time $27 deal I'm using, it's linked in the description below. Other than that, thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I see you on the next video.